All right, guys. Hey, welcome back. Um, so can we have an honest conversation here? So let me tell you. So I had dinner with a friend last night, and you know how God will send somebody else to confirm what He's already told you to do, and you just don't want to do it. So that's what she did. She confirmed that I need to get back to posting my sewing content. And it's not that I haven't been sewing. It's not that I haven't been doing anything, but I really just don't have the time to sit down and to edit videos and to make them pretty. So when they are uploaded, it's all cute and nice for you guys. Like I ain't got it in me. I My hat goes off for all those content creators out there who does put the time and energy to make sure their videos are something that you want to watch long term. And I wish I had the time or the desire to do that, but I don't. But she did confirm something that my sister also was telling me about, right? She was like, you need to record your process. You need to show people what you're doing. So I'm trying to be faithful to doing this. So I'm going to tell y'all what I got going on, and I'm going to hopefully take you on this journey with me. So I am in the middle of doing a collection for a mini fashion show that I'm going to be a part of. So there's this Juneteenth event that's happening, and I did say Juneteenth. That's in a month. There's a Juneteenth event that's happening that I'm going to be a part of. So I'm creating a mini collection for this event. And if I can be honest, I am nowhere near finished. And there's several things that factor into that. Some of that was in my control. A lot of that was out of my control. And I am where I am now. And it is taking a lot to try to get this done. The last time I did a collection was in 2019. And so much of my life that includes me as a designer has changed since then. So this time, instead of trying to be perfect and making sure that everything is just right, I'm going to be honest, and I am going to just document the process, the real process. Because if you talk to any person who's creative, right, the process is not always pretty. The process sometimes is messy, and there's heartache, and there's mess ups, and there's mistakes, and you might see me on here with a seam ripper being very, very angry. All of that is real life, and that's what happens. So with this collection, like I said, it's going to be for a Juneteenth event, and it's going to be a mini fashion show, and I'm creating 6 looks from scratch. Now, the reason why this is important, if you do not know about pattern making, it is extremely important to get the pattern right so that your fit can be right. And right now I'm still in the process of pattern making, fittings, and just making sure all the vision comes together before this deadline hits. Some of these pieces are going to be fully self-drafted. So I sat with a book, all right? I sat with a book, all right? And learn some things. Many late nights with this book, and got those patterns, produced and done. And then other patterns, I was able to find a pattern block, which is a whole different conversation for a different day, and be able to adjust that block to what I need. But there's still a lot to do. Not just a little bit. There's a whole heap of things to do. Back in 2019, when I did my first collection, I approached things so differently, right? I started ahead of time, months ahead of time. Even how it pops up in your memories. I was like, oh, that's what I was working on back then. And I was focused mainly on the finished project. I wanted to look good. I wanted it to be nice. It was all things First Sunday. It was a black, red, and white collection. Very cute, very demure. But now life looks different, right? I've grown. I've grown as a designer. I've grown as a person. There's been loss in my life. There's been loss. There's been growth. There's been changes in my family. There's been changes in ministry for me. There's been change in responsibility. And I think all of those changes do affect the way that you create. I had posted something in my stories a couple days ago how God is a creator, right? And he has created us to be able to create. And whatever that thing is for you, whether you are a painter or you write songs, like I'm experiencing and watching my daughter be a creator. She is writing music and it's beautiful to watch. A little scary, but beautiful with some of the lyrics and how deep she feels about things. My 10-year-old loves to build Legos, and that's how he has his creative side comes out. And for me, it's sewing. So when you are connected to the creator, it changes the way that you see things and the way that you do things. And I don't care a lot about being perfect. Like I care. But I don't care a lot about being perfect. It's not about being perfect. It's about enjoying the process and creating something meaningful. So that's what I plan to do. So over the next couple weeks, I am going to try, listen to the words that I'm saying. I am going to try to document and post the things that I'm doing, because I do think there is a space where not everybody wants everything all put together and all pretty and nice so you can watch, but there's a real space that this is what we do. My sewing room is going to be a hot mess for the next month. Okay, don't come in here and judge me. My hair is going to look like this when I post. Baby, I'm going to try to make sure that I'm at least dressed somewhat decent, but I really want to go to Walmart and just get like a muumuu or something to wear, because I'm gonna be hot and moving. So you guys are going to see real moments. I'm going to show some of my pattern drafting, show some of those pictures from that. I'm going to show you cutting out fabric. I'm going to show you the process of mock-ups, okay? The things that you have to do for a mock-up, because a mock-up can save your life. If you have time, I don't have time for mock-ups, but I got to do a mock-up anyway. I'm going to do fittings. You're going to see my mistakes. You're going to see my late nights. You're going to see my problem solving. You're going to see my triumphs. You're going to see my failures. You're going to see me with my seam ripper ready to hurt someone and praying that my family loves me enough after I get through this month. So I am hoping everything's going to come together how I envision it in my head. And every piece has its own story. It was very deliberate and how I chose what pieces I wanted to represent. And I wanted to make sure that when I did this collection, it represented who I am in this moment. Who I am. I'm turning 40 this year. Okay? 40. I'm turning 40. And who I was 20 years ago, who I was 30 years ago, who I was 10 years ago. Who I was in 2019. It's not the same. It's not the same girl. It's not the same person. I've done so many things differently, and I want to be able to reflect that in my work. So you guys gonna get it all. It's gonna be unscripted. Those who watch. All right. To my friends, I love you guys. You do not hear from me until June. It ain't personal. Okay? I just got some stuff going on, and I got to be at the house. Okay? I'm going to be in the house. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go to church. I'm going to go to school events because I need to, and make sure my husband and my kids are good. But other than that, I'm going to be at the house, probably in this seat or by the window, and hoping that we gonna survive. Okay, so take this journey with me. It's going to be fun. It's going to be chaotic. And I can't wait to share with you guys what God has given me in my mind to create. So let's get to work. I'll talk to you later. Bye.